This is a 2015 MacBook Pro. Today we are talking about what hardware you need to get started in the cloud. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine and he said to me the other day that he wants to get started in tech, he wants to get started in the cloud, but he hasn't got the current money, hasn't got the expense to go out there and buy a developer spec laptop. Because, he hears about it and, I'm guilty of it myself. You go out there, we join the company, you're like, yeah, I want a dev spec laptop, and they'll give you a Dell XPS with 32 gigs of RAM and the latest CPU, or a MacBook Pro with, a Pro, what are we on, an M3 Pro or an M2 Pro, 16 gigs of RAM, two £3,000 laptop. And in all honesty, you don't need it. It's lovely to have, and it makes life a lot easier. There's no two ways about it. And obviously, as technology gets better, the tools are great, and the extensions and plugins are great. But you don't need it to get started. And I just want to cover that in this video. This is a 2015 MacBook Pro. Early 2015 for those that really follow the Macs. And it is a i5 quad-core, 8 gigs of RAM, soldered, so I can't upgrade it. It cost me about 80 quid. I've done some work on it, and I took it apart. I took the base off and I cleaned everything, cleaned the fans. I added some new feet, which were printed for me. And the battery is shot. I get 2 hours battery out of it. Other than that, perfectly good. And in this video, I'm going to show you that you can spin up a virtual machine on Google Cloud using this 10-year-old device. No problem at all. Let's get started. And the first thing you're going to notice, I am going to screen share this in a moment, I'm just booting up, just logging on, is that due to the fact that this is such an old machine, 10 years old is pretty old for Mac machines, it's going out of support this October. So I have installed Ubuntu on it. Because why would you not? Why would you not? And just to show, again, I am going to screen grab in a minute, but I'm going to show it there on the camera. There we go. Ubuntu. Lovely. Yep, you can see it in there. 8 gigs of RAM. i5 quad-core. So let's start recording. For the purposes of this video, I've wrote a small script, which you'll be able to get on the link that I'll put down in the comments, that is located here. I've called it, GCP Compute VM, and its entire well, that wasn't the refresh I wanted to do. I clicked the home button. There we go. Purpose of which is going to be purely to boot up a VM with Terraform so that I can show you how easily this can be done. So prerequisites are very, very simple. You need a Google account. Get a Google account, set it up. They're free. You get free credits when you sign up. As many email accounts as you want, doesn't really matter. You need the Google Cloud SDK installed, so gcloud in the CLI, and you need Terraform installed. Once you've got them installed, all you need to do is clone my repo. Oh, obviously, you need Git installed as well. Apologies. Did make it a statement, an assumption. And I'm in VS Code, so you can use any IDE you want, doesn't really matter. And I'm going to get a clone of this, not just paste it. There we go. Okay, so we've got our clone. We go CD into that project. Attempt to. And then from here, all we're going to do is run that script that I have pre-written for you to make this as easy as possible. Right now, our screen recording's on about 1:30. So I'm going to start this up. It's probably about 3 or 4 minutes for the script, I reckon. I've tried to make it as clean as possible to make everyone's life easy. Just to prove this point, you do not need a super powerful machine. I mean, one of the reasons I like this machine, and I don't recommend is probably not the correct word. This is us connecting the CLI, our local CLI, to the Google Cloud Console. So just make sure when this prompt comes up, you're signing in with the account that you set up on your Google Cloud account. And then once you authorize that, you can go ahead and close this window. You don't need it again. There you go, authenticated. Close that. Yeah, I wouldn't say I recommend it, but I personally do like this machine because it's very quiet. MacBooks are, especially some slightly older ones, there was like a sweet spot. And before they brought in the scissor keys, so these ones have still got the really nice keyboard, and they still have a Retina display, even 10 years ago. So for the value for money, especially when you get a decent operating system running on it, it's really hard to knock it. It's great. And if you're a little bit hands-on, you can replace the battery for 50 quid, and then you've got a perfectly good machine. It will do everything that you want it to do. What more could you want? Okay, so we're hitting the 3-minute mark here. We've connected our CLI. We've created our project, which you can see here. Quick start, and then a hex. What it's doing now, it's enabling the billing, which has been enabled, and connected to your billing account, which is a requirement for anything to work. You have to pair your project to a billing account. This will do it for you, not a problem. It's going to enable the compute API, which you need to be able to create a compute VM. Again, this is going to do it for you. This is the longest stage, is actually enabling the API. And it's just one of them things. Even if you went through the UI and go through and click enable, it still takes time. So there's no dodging it. It's just Google. There we go. Right. Okay. So with that's it going through now. So the APIs are enabled. It's now creating some IAM permissions with our account as per Google documentation. You can see there it quickly flashed up. This is our Terraform plan. Creating a compute instance. We've called it default because we're not that bothered. We're just making a point here. Sticking it on our project, which we can see here, and we can see that it's calling our VM this. Fantastic. It's an E2 micro, so it's really cheap. Really cheap for just to spin up and test. In our zone Europe West 2, which is, valid for me. If you really want, you can go into the script and you can update that. And as you can see here at the bottom, so we're at 4 minutes 43 now. The apply is complete. The resources have been added, which means our VM exists. We've created it. And now here, what we've done, the step that we've done, is we've connected to our VM. So right now you can see here, it says Chris at, so the Chris is me, it's my user account on my Google Cloud that I've logged in with, at the virtual machine. So we've got the VM, quick start, hash, VM, which is the VM that we created. And in here I can hit, I've used a Ubuntu image on the VM that we've created as well, which you can see if you want to dissect the main.tf, feel free. You can see here, there's our host name. You can see here we can do, silly commands like hello world, right? Yeah, hello world, easy enough. And we can curl, I don't know, what can we curl? Google, we can curl google.com. This is a base image, there's going to be nothing installed on this machine. There we go, look at that. It's so it's connected to the internet. I can curl google.com. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Looks like gibberish because it is coming through as gibberish because I'm running it through curl. It's probably not meant to be done that way. And yeah, there you go. Easy. Done. We're at 6 minutes. We have created a project. We've connected to that project. We've enabled the relevant APIs. We've connected our billing account. We have spun up a virtual machine, and we are on our virtual machine and SSH'd into that machine from our local terminal in 6 minutes. Not bad. Now for the cleanup. Now we're done. Again, I've made this very super sweet, super easy. Just hit exit. You're going to log out of your machine. The script I've written is just going to carry on. So it's going to, you've exited your VM. Going to start doing a cleanup now. Terraform destroy. Going to destroy our compute VM so we don't get any costs that we don't want. Because at the end of the day, if you leave even a small E2 instance running, it'll still have some cost to it. It'll start eating into your credits, and you want to save them credits for any other project that you might be doing or any other testing that you might do. Or for, if you want to spin this up another 20 times, you can do that. At the end of this, once the Terraform destroy is complete, the resource will be completely destroyed. It will then destroy your project, So it's going to clean up your project as well, and there's going to be nothing left. So it's going to give you a nice clean slate for when you go away and you do another project, or if you do want to rerun this. There we go. Confirmation. Delete complete. Destroy complete. Now we're going to close the project. Your project will be deleted. Are we sure? Yes, we are sure. We're going to delete that. And we're done. We're done. 8 minutes. 8 minutes to spin up a VM, have a little play, and then shut it down again. Not bad. I'm just going to clear that. I'm going to stop that. There you go. That's been saved and recorded. I'll get that for another time. And that's it. That's all I wanted to cover in this video. You do not need a big powerful machine. You can use this old, really old, relatively old laptop. It's no problem at all. Put a nice new OS on it, clean it up. It's great. That's been running. I'm gonna, put it here. There's no noise. That's the main reason I like this. There is absolutely no noise coming from this thing. And, I haven't got it plugged into the mains. I've been running it off the battery. We just run that. We're running a load of bash commands. Didn't put any stress on it whatsoever. Lovely bit of kit. Okay. If you enjoyed that video, please let me know. If you have any machines that you've done a similar sort of thing, you've taken it and you've put a new OS on it, you've upgraded it, and you use it on a daily basis, and yet it's classed as an old bit of kit. Let me know in the comments what you're rocking. I'm in the market for a ThinkPad T480. I want one of them because they're going to be super modular. They go up to 32 gig of RAM. The battery's modular. The RAM's fully modular. The CPU, it won't be, obviously, it's soldered into the logic board, but still you can access it and you can do all the thermal paste. That's what I'm going to be going for next. I'll probably do a video about that at some point as well. But yeah, thank you very much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.